because ordinary dwen atokrata so in the say bisa sound and as a biblical principles for financial say independence, growth, whatever it will be, there will be and say and say ben na the obo ni wiase.
Okay.
As say no yentimini ni nkomo wano
yenhunu so agina yanim
yenhuno nemom krata wo kyerɛto wo kyerɛ sɛ adie bi etochima ofa kwan we so a ubetimi a solve this problem.
Okay.
It is the biblical principles near the working document and electrician need be beto na se TV ninya problem a they are solving it back and I say unya cabling and circuit issues o they are solving no eno na bible no and I say ade da pono so enanwumre eno no ade na wo kyerɛ ni ma ye betumi afa so abra isika sem ye dwuma sem ye betumi aye nioma ebeboa amayenya the respite, relief, independence, and now say ahomegye here ewo yesika semne ntoto ho.
Okay.
Enti say Akosua say obisa biblical principles. Say in a nutshell, the ebeka ne sense say da ho. I betumi amayenya freedom.
Okay.
Independence. Ewo yesika semne dada yesika semne ho nhyehyeye ne ho ntoto ho.
Na bishop obi beka say papa obi beka say oh na sa bible ne dey salvation
enokwe
na sikasem de obepedi
salvation is holistic.
Okay.
Salvation ankasa no dien
okay
kwagye dien what also be atiase ne say life ankasa journey
abrabo ya kwantu
abrabo tina enti no so be ati abrabopa no the enti a say Ghana ni be ati abrabopa no abrabo ankasa akwantu na akwantu no obia ni ho a na hode eso na kwankro enti yesoso nneomam ya peja nneoma ya soso ya sene here and there.
Okay.
Yesua nneoma ya disua hunu.
Okay.
Ene tu saa akwantu we. Life is a collection of experiences, of know-hows, of opportunities, of course, of your mistakes, your mishaps, and nina ka ho
nina ka brabo no.
And then I make a say, you see, life can't be well lived without sorrow, suffering, pain, joy, breakthroughs, and merrymaking.
Nina boafra.
Eka ho. Abrabo ade ma, you see, you cannot untimi ma akurana wohunu no enigye no exceed pain na oba ne fam. So na untima pain exceed abofra na wohunu because they walk side by side.
Okay.
Without the pain, there will be no baby. Without the baby, the pain will be worthless.
Okay.
And boom.
It goes in tandem.
They are like Siamese twins. They work together.
Okay.
They are from the same womb. Omo nantibum. Abrabo ankasa. Or how can Job say nipa oba wono. Ni nkwa na etia. Nemum eyo how ni amani bebre so ni wom. Ti abrabo de o how ka ho.
Na papa de na o how ne de yempe o.
Every senkofo bebre o mo mpe kitchen cause o mpe didi. Na aduane no susu ye di jano ne no. Enti ejano ne de no aduane. Ejano ne nkofo mpe jano ko because said ye sabio ye nua ma bi bebre o mo skin aye na ha no. En so ko kitchen a obenya bent. Obetuntum ti se me. On pesa. Enti no on petuntum ye enti o pesa air condition. So life is not only about air conditioning.
Nye comfort nko.
Comfort nko. Unsaid even your human system is made up of a process your friend say metabolism. Ade amount timi say nipa. Say onye kese a.
Okay.
Your metabolic function. Okay. obi o didi said dear upon you for an to onye kese da the metabolism rate is so high. Now metabolism a twofold. Anabolism and a catabolism.
Wow.
A building up process and a breaking down process. Enti nyankopon kra ni nimdie mu no enipa be a break it down to build up. It's not only the building up and the breaking down so can
breaking down
breaking down
bibi bubu
and you also you may be bubu baby and say ya
baby nye
and a dear bua bobby so and sana aton kwansie na ka ho we so ni fan we aso benkum negative positive na carbon na electricity light ya hu our negative our positive and sana neutral ni na carbon bibia account enti abrabo kwantu no enye chinchin soso pe enye sogu mano pe enye tugu meso pe enye glass nko a enye glass abrabo kwantu no enye entisa o how ka ho bi
odenko a
enye odepe life life itself is a mystery. Okay, and until you realize and you try to decode the mystery of life, you will live in perpetual misery. Okay, and the reason why a lot of people are looking for shortcuts in life because they don't understand the depth of life. This year say my bad 2 radio stations.
Okay.
Only another sister station. And topic saying Tina
Meko.
Said you'll be friends say a lifestyle. Lifestyle dear. The council will call ye and not dear. Me fast will be I was so. If see your interview now come Abrabopa 7 school our corner said you see to tone. Bibi said dear. Abba
emu de
just a idea a buenipa Abrabopa a programmer also be a because a educative a informative amount direction and back to the substantive question I'll be saying the Bible is the manual for life. Life doesn't start with salvation and it doesn't end with salvation, which means that the Bible goes beyond salvation.
And yes, Jesus Christ ababe waji enkwankwa na ho asem na ye ka.
Because ansa na hunu Yesu na odidi.
Na didi.
After so hunu Yesu so be
obedidi.
Enti.
Obi ya say no odidi wa hai.
Maybe you had cried him said I am on unity.
Go on fra.
Odidi come from.
One friend nipa.
Tina Abrabopa here no. So there was who say we are be siam comfort say baby ya o be omfra. Enti wan kasa no so ye wa.
Opa odi.
Ni obi kasa so no odidi omfra obi because oto ne yem so aduane.
E no oto ye.
Oto no amfa odi anka. Enti obedi bia wa short no.
Wa short.
Enti the baby ya say do city no. Enti the adwen ne wonti. Odi bia wa short no. But life doesn't start or end with salvation.
Okay.
It's not.
And
it's not. Salvation is almost like being rerouted. Okay. Na ko baby.
Okay.
And kwan na o kono na enye. And na ya reroute wa kwan.
I bet so fufura obefa so.
But salvation, your body is not saved. Enti o bompa no kwa so fa Yesu se o kra agenkwa. Enye onipadu agenkwa.
O so kra
agenkwa. Asasi so a wote na ehonam wiase.
Empa.
Enye kra wiase. Enti o kra agenkwa na o fa ye no preparing you for another life.
Okay. Esiesiew. Amo abebo abrabo no foforo.
Abrabo foforo e di akowiase foforom. Because accepting him is giving you like the visa or the passport to an eternal rest. That's all.
That's all.
You can accept Christ as your Lord and person. Obet me afa Yesu se okra agenkwa. Okra ya metise nkofo me fa Yesu se me kra
ene magenkwa. First me kwa na me kan bi.
Ime srao pa. Metise nkofo asofo okra leading nkofo fa Yesu se okra ne wagenkwa debi. O fa Yesu se okra no agenkwa. Now, offer Jesus so cry agin kwia. I prepare for an eternal rest.
Okay. When you're down kwa.
When you're down kwa, that's it. When you're down kwa. Name there are principles in the Bible. Amount abundant life. Abundant. So accepting Christ gives you the eternal life.
Okay.
Applying the principles of the Christ gives you abundant life.
Ti ni nyina so no nhyehyɛ no so de no yɛ adwuma na wa ma abrabom roso wa ha. Okay.
Because there is a duplicity to your existence. Because unye okra pe. Uye sunsum a wo kra a wo ti nipaduam. Say salvation enkwa dia enko school.
Ene nka yawie.
Enye adwuma biem.
Ka yawie.
Ka sorry ya dem da sese.
No apagya de wo kosoro.
Na tese no ana. But no da so tia. Ebo aware ho mpaye. Ebo akwantuo. Ebo adwuma.
Epe
breakthrough akese. Onioma ultimate trans na ko Pinterest na ko hwe fie de obesi. Abrako nyenya asase. Kese unim se asitena no onioma be brave to do. I mean, it's amazing you think like that. But what it means is that you need to do more. And the Bible gives you or profess some solutions that you can apply.
Okay.
And that is why such a topic is so relevant. Because again, as I said, ono ne bo ni wiase.
Sa.
Ono ne tini wiase ase. And onim de ohye ni wiase a ofa sa de ne nhyehyeye ne so a onse nioma bebre. It said the example now I'm using in a first. Wa ya obi a wa ya fie. Onim de cable a de come speakers, de come cameras, onim de come fan, onim de come TV, onim de come water heater, onim de come iron, onim de wa ye nyina. Enti se unima anwi a wo hwehwa ebi also to ceiling no. Ansa na wa check cable bia obewi a waboka bem prenu anam prensa. Nemum se ukura manual na which is the working document. Na electrician need to ho. Obeko straight to the breaker.
And then once I got out, wouldn't baby, I will what direction.
Debbie, onyra. What just said, wamao the compass. Wamao. Why is so bisa for onyra kwai? Enti u bisa documents and answer said, dear now the two no. Na se unu say bisa ni yo a. And the same thing, there are some biblical principles that if you learn how to apply them,
usia now the year
juma, na ode bowa bosu mu and found near whom near hamnim framane asocheni ayiremoni agrada ni aprana etiti ubutumi edibem na wedi nkunim so ewo atiasefo asasi so.
Okay.
Enti the main thing that probably also any party ase ni say the obo ni wiase no on nhyehyeye
nyame nyansafo
nyansabo akwanyankopon no nyansa nyina
ewura
oni di oye ena
obi amono
debi obi aso nse no na ansa na abedwen no adwen dada.
Who wins a case with him?
Debbie, you cannot. Sasa no be sa Job. Say na o Job o kasa bebre ni bomu yase na we.
Na o jina the evidence say o tedi.
O mane kasa
o no buy.
O chapters of Lamentations. Job kasa ni nyame hwe no sa ase akwa we pa.
Wo be question me.
Sa akwa we pa. Me hye mapo aso che montra ha na hefa na wo. Unim baby aya osrane okosie
na Job tedi
Job
be my emre
enwumedro ni baby awia okote sa crazy e di sumedru me
na unim papa ni baby emede o kan wie na Job si mat me kra me ne hwan was me wie
because I have a point. You case ba. I mean, and so humanity has to come to a place of full understanding. Say, this God is so wise. He is the God of wisdom.
Okay.
And he's the repository of all wisdom and knowledge. Nina ewie one so efri ni so wie ne so. On a chance no no asa wie. enti se uhia bibi ono ni wiase a awso be ye den se
So be san ho.
Ho be ba ofie na opese oyisu wo hwo no bisa se wo hwo mo he.
Obebre.
Aba. Obebia ko bi die mie. Nemu mo bisa wa. Na na mo ntu okura easy. Oh. Bi.
E wa ya.
Enti ye mu bebre ya kwan ya na mo ntuo ni akwantuo aye tin because ye ya ne ye won twetwede ene ye di eti pempem ye misane se ehifa na washroom ne wo ye misane se na mpacho dan be na ose me nkodam ye misane se ehifa na power ne nam ye misane hwe ye ya ne ye mse ye bae na ye nimse wiase ya de enti ye nim de be oh I know what I have to do I know I've got this
now ye wie na boy so nso a
na fe na prayer comes in every prayer comes kofo bresa na so be kokwa ibu ani a cheni ni pabo aden ka be say radia
enka obeko
but you see again I said something in church on Sunday,
okay,
and maybe let me say this. The reason why the Bible, the graphe, the written word, the logos is so important is because also I mean nyina ye ntinya menne said ye kase rarely na nyame ebe ma wate ne voice like this. Because nyame voice ko eba a confuse nipa. I said it said the word of God, which is the Bible, the graphe, the logos, brings clarity to the word of God. To the voice of God. The word of God brings clarity to the voice of God.
Wow.
Because the voice of God can be confusing. Samuel, it is say Rade F freno. Samuel, or call Eli in chain. Say da meti say o frɛ mo se da bi me mfrɛ o kɔne kɔda na Eli Samuel akɔno asa akɔda no ate Samuel no asa ba say wura me srɛ o frɛ me we dia meti wow me no neti da meti say o frɛ me o voice ase da bi na emu kɔ bie ma ka sɛ wura kasa na wakoa eti e kyerɛ sɛ Awurade voice na ba na ti sɛ nipa ne so sometimes the voice of God will come across as and like the voice of man.
Wow.
But what will make you know say nyamene
nasem ena de betoto ho
as I benchmark so sofo bi fro no ka cho say o spiritual marriage na spiritual marriage na ho no se be kwa agi se me ne wa dancer unse unya say be ka say sofo no wa ben na o ti nyamene ti ene nyamene ne kasa what will bring you clarity to that voice na asem no say nyankopon kan kire sofo bi so no na to break spiritual marriage asem na nkasa cry say spiritual na ene sa ahonema de na e dey spirit
e be dey twem
ade na ona na ona okoda your friend carnal knowledge in English a carnal. So how can something carnal solve a spiritual problem?
There be ade no so cross an ye bone wo Bible nim
je say yemfa bone ni kwa yemfa common sense
enka ho
common sense ni say we say a spiritual problem. Why are you using carnal means to solve a spiritual problem? Ain't you already in the middle to asem ne ho a what big time
emfa
na family aton ho say Bible say dwane adwamammo na me dia ba say Bible say ngu aware ti wo ba wafo a wo kotena say obi ene onye sa no. One, you have desecrated the sanctity, the sacredness of what is called the marital bed or the bed of matrimony. Enti o de sad de to nsani ani a no say David
we dey fi nyamene
it's the same thing ayeka. A lot of the problems will be solved when you know the biblical roots, foundations. Don't only be upset, and that is a problem with a lot of people. The reason why I have always loved you is because people don't know. Say, "Why sorry you opposite here?"
That's not Baptist.
Tesano Baptist aokono Baptist a word-based ministry. Enti one kasano apart from say o ti radio so a wo kyerɛkyerɛ no uye obi a odo nyame asɛm epem paibo enti edin say sebi obi de 6 better than 9.
No correct.
So unim sadia na enframa bi ebebo bia, because you see a lot of people only get attracted to the fruits.
Aba no nko a.
But fruit is nothing without roots.
So ko hwe the foundation the asha form no.
You don't be obsessed with the visible physical fruits. Be obsessed with the invisible spiritual root.
De yemfa ye ni hu no.
And no
ani asem
no. And the chere no.
I said be makura we share oba wo pese wo ware no no. De hu no physical na nka hwe o. Invisible no
pentima minto. Na ba no.
Invisible no.
Because almost share only the housing. Ain't your coffee area no say engine here.
Engine that can
engine in your nipa na kuma nye ne kasa nye onim se de esikura ye nipa omwa chese wo share ya ne se awon fa say ye turn was story
aye bi
chese say no augmentation there.
We dey be bi opese wo sakosa say mai kura mi hu dey artificial ne dey original and them say the more problem.
Say o hwe no afusu na mpo afu antimi kwatwi ukwachi no afu ai cha na
and I'm sad no so babo ho mpa ya no so me ho akom kire am so original it's bishop ampa invisible no
the what the eyes are able to see, perceive, conceptualize will only bring you troubles. That's what it is. Because you see, sight without insight is nothing. You see, sight
without insight
is actually
powerful,
suicidal. And that is the problem. There are a lot of people with sight without insight. And that is the issue we are having. And it's big. It's something that I really expect. Say, enipa bebre ye tiefo ya dofo ye nuanom omo tie Abrabopa enumre ene omo share yen wo Facebook ana bia no, they will know say it is not only about the Bible say he who regards the winds will not sow, he who observes the clouds will not reap. Okay. Say ode wani bobra on sabesi form and now bitimi kwa de phone samana share phone case mu ma eton. Because what do we need them? Unse was sight, but only insight. So insight I can be the shame. Sight my own cover. Inside my own the home.
Papa, the okay my own said the young who know. A yan shabata no na the most important thing no. Aspect ni na mu. The young for your new who no
crepa. I was saying said no anu akan. E we say ubemu eni didi enti ye tuankofo bi to be forensic auditors. Forensic auditors no the ordinary person also ma ohwe numbers no ono ohwe de wu ti etua ne kam mo because we know wani no ewo ne ba bi ekoduru but ono hwehwe de wo no bie wani ha wani kofa kiki kese kra you can see but because that is the most important aspect of even the audit process, forensic auditing. Adia na ode because eno ene be your fapim eno ene be mo reshemu eno ene be tina ye timi kwa aka chenkofo bi se mo munye in trading because ebia onim say ebia manze Bank of Ghana governor onim say next week dollar be do 20 eni kwa say okachire obi so onimumpa eni kwa so ne nkofo di hon komo outside because ni omudi hu nkomo a ene dollar ni minim de ayesese eja mini dollar 20 minim de but
obi eze adu say
baby adu benim
o si 13 na
baby asi 13
13
enti say 13 na onim se be do 20 a ene obekọ akoto bebere egu because e do 20 no osesa e bia wanya 7 cities
wanya bia gusu
but den na obi hunu say betumi adu 20 nti no onto ne 13 ne boy den kra wonto
ono wo insight
and so what you don't see actually any o ticket and any advantage and no any ade betumi ahuru from scale a ugina so no elu akọ ba bia ekron na any monyam hyewo Nti, I don't want people to downplay that at all.
Yeah.
It's so crucial. Say obiya beshe sadia no. Say you pursue, because again, my main kasa I talked about sight and I talked about insight. There is a third strand. Okay, with the insight, then you can have foresight. And so, don't just limit your life.
So when you hunumunu nkwa
say hunumunu ya hunumunu ena yede
etu
anamo, then you have the foresight, which is like forecast. Foresight yede yenyoma ekoye hunumunu ma hunu ade anim ye now the etu anamo akọ anim. And so don't just leave it even at the level or layer of insight.
So with the foresight,
push it forward into the realm of having foresight. And that is why I believe the Bible gives. There are plethora. The Bible is replete with examples. Any issues, cases. Into whether it's an insight or foresight you are looking at, and how you're going to even survive. Ghana ding, and it's going to be harder. I don't want you to think, say, wishful thinking, uncransha bonne no, itimi, say uncransha no,
send that so,
ye the mount near show say crying now. It is said, yeah, catch us say in disobey me.
I say, more need that so, need that so no.
Yes, say me catch us so, be me no, say me no diania. And no dear ultimate coenim, but sometimes you can tell say and to baby. Until we want people to come to the place whereby they are not just wishing, they are not just thinking send you maybe, but there are principles to turn things around.
Okay.
Because life doesn't just happen. People make life happen.
A bibi and sikwa. Bibi koka papa.
Bibi anka papa.
Bibi anka papa.
Ti o se bibi ka papa.
E se bibi ka papa.
What is our sound no?
Anza no what?
Enti ene ya said ye say ye be kire nipa said ye ombesi apusu nunum. Ye be kire nipa said ye be ya omo be ka papa.
Mbeka papa.
Abrabopa and yejumedie is just to help people to appreciate that things will not just happen. They have to make life happen. Also, anamontuo bi wa also tu kwan bebre wa also ofaso na wama enioma aye
edi amount. Yo, papa me buy no so enche no na me be ma wama ye points ye be hyase ne ye hu baby a starting point baby ye be hyase fi na woka bibi about invisible na ya na ye nim so na recently na meet em say wokram me ba sorry who can the same thing em say apostle aromi na meet no eno se ubetimi ekọ school kuta PhD abaye professor of law and answer be a professor of psychology professor of marketing we are very good pa as you mention utu fie ni na ye eni so no de wanya na upe made bi akofa made dakola ketua bi okuta spirit enya 1,000 years.
That's right.
No abetra won chan
we defeat ade na ayi ni
bi sie dem is
that is
true. Was sabre no o PhD o professor
it doesn't work
enweke onu betimi de just within seconds akase o mama say we
betimi useless your life
obey useless. It no o ka say o ma example bi about invisible side ya o se papa bi mama bi o te o sa no o ani bone o te o sa ne ba no wo school e wo US aka 1 year no wawie o sa sa ma fe me ba no dodo me be kra se wa che ampa any 1 week na watena plane mu no aba Nigeria
beheneba
obehene mame eno anu wanko bi waye basa boasesa enti no o ka say sometimes ya na ye hye aniwade but ye nyine no no to youth no for mum focus more on
there is more to life
than tisa ube gada wa ha sa but physical no but spiritually no because we knew root to baby ano obi betimi the just seconds na was say obi bia wa clear okra oba ho ofe pa onam ho ayese saman no
ya clear che say unam wa ehwe anim kra he
ezi papa no ani de na me de to so papa nti say biblical financial principles say ye pese ye di adwuma ehi fa no say ye sha say free.
First of all, I want us to appreciate what the principles are.
Okay.
See, you know the principles are. You know where to even start.
Maybe I beshas. All right.
There are fundamental principles. Okay. So, Yanko, there is something in this world there. Because it's open say who the BB your first principle be the principle of first mention. Maybe a boss of first. I was talking to a friend yesterday. Na oyare. Meaning the co school. But the home fan. And or say baby or quite sorry no. The sofa ne sema on numedro na nyesa ati se waje ne yare atu. Eti nadam for ne meni nuane me. Ne brother on ne ball ne me in the cool school and now her me ye nyame adwuma kakra me biara enti ofrɛ me osi Mickey sa no ofrɛ me Mickey we dey me pe wadwen wa de bi nam so oni a ade de na ekoso osi me ntini me biase me ye ya ni dikin e wa sorry Baoyare. Ya ne ho said the nneoma ne nam ni mu no call hospital ya kire nu amana also no. Nsofo no so omonya akom kire ne be kona. Ohia se obeje ne yare na tum na duro na onom no oje ne yare atum. Ena me ka kire nse me ya so otimi frɛ me se na damfo me. Na wagumani ma se pass o ka se ni nuane me. Na nami nim se na adwen ye adwuma ba na nim se oh problems are and I'm so cause of no fi obehu para so for no ko ni fi obehu bi ko
Obehu bi
and folic acid when we go and motivate cause of no fi so for no ni tie ni yakra on ka praise the Lord onom ori aspirin e bi kra eyi paracetamol on o kan for obomu ware against we piano na saade na oye
the producer say obesa sakura ka o de bi bidro besa
ma bebi ya na ka sa
obi
ya ansem ni de on the ense on the promas
no ke cancel
on the promas na mka che ni nuane se ade ba kwankofo hu ni se nyankopon onye against medicine enka chene nka se mundi duana ba na momfa ne haba ensayare nyame all the medications na hu no free en haban mu
ne dia
ono ane dia in fact doctor na pharmacists na drain to create impo
ono ane de man.
So why do you think God is against science? So I told him kind say openi me no go school na school na otin wusa na e den na e wan ka cho so be fa Yesu echesiti wi na aba otin na otin wi. God is not against science. In fact, science and spirituality, or science and God, they are together.
Obi Krasa science will lead you to God.
Actually, God is the mother of science. And I told them, science has about 5 cardinal principles. Time, force, motion, space, and a matter. These are the 5 things, science in its entirety. Ejinaso. Time, force, motion, space, and matter. matter na mo defining no school anything that has weight and occupy space. Ani man na church re mo na kofo so mfa so bia. Science nyina so ba kono no. O share whether you are looking at thermodynamics near the day just every okay. So but Genesis chapter number 1. The principle of first mention tina make kasasi. The principle of first mention. Genesis chapter number 1, the verse number 1. In the beginning time, God, force, created motion, heaven, space, earth, matter. So Genesis chapter 1, the verse number 1 lays the foundation of science. So you can now tell me the totality of science being defined in chapter 1, verse 1, and the same God that opens the world with science is against science. That's opening. So I know do no where you cry because what won't quasi whoop papa. Ninyami bufu. Can say oh yire what how yire how ma. Because sofu bi aka cho say nwe para.
Eti wanwe
no no de egu tuam esi ne bedside.
Oya de bibidro kra kan.
Oya wa san de bibidro asa aka. Wa no bia ria na wa send se dudo. Principle of first mention. Principle of first mention. For this reason, a man shall leave the family and cleave to the wife. Principle of first mention. God created Adam, mankind, and there was Eve, named by the Adam, a female. Principle of first mention. Marriage is between a man and a woman. First mention. You go to the principle of first mention. Baby, I boss so can na your bar and a bema. So I don't care how you see life. I don't care how you think you are a den, and you are a cis male, or you are a cis female, you are this, that, you are engendered, transgendered, endangered, and whatever. I don't care. I care about the principle of first mention. And the principle of first mention, it was a man and a woman.
Man and a woman.
And they formed the family. So if I go anywhere and somebody is asking me, what do you think about marriage? Marriage can be, I go back to the principle of first mention. The same way, the principle of first mention about the fall of man, anyhow, any pabe to me, a free netibiemu is also in the Bible. Bible say, na Adam ni Eve, Genesis chapter 3, omo fomye, na erade share one say free garden nim. But judgment, yeah, the judgment maomo, wo ubi chi wo fuase. Oba wani
bejina ukunu.
Na wa womu eni o how ni pain ene nam.
Ada oba from Akosua sat na mentias ya nam sibusa nyame.
Say wani bejina ukunu.
Wani bejina.
No.
Enyam nam kan.
Yeah, but I mean it just defines structure.
Yeah.
That no matter how successful a woman is, she will always feel incomplete.
Yeah, you would desire
without a man to look up to. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Then Namia Kasa, then waba Beman so. I say Bema. Ono upe blame game. Accept responsibility. Odi also yere na nye problem. Free hako. But me ma own kokwa. Wo die. Se obehwe obusia no. Yes, the sweat. Out of your sweat.
Someone nimu fifri.
And sana wotimi enye aduane edi ahwe yere ene obusia.
Ye de abusia na soa be ma no.
Be ma no.
Me ma mon kafra.
Now, eja ye be any day. Ya so.
Esomo.
Obi ya te a wo we ne nioma on kai obi.
Obi.
Odidi gu obi account. Sana seche.
Sa
but a chese se wo pese free or how mua. Nyame aye principle of first mention is through sweat.
Me e betim fifre.
En fifre.
E be adwuma.
Awradia. Principle of first mention and say Nyankopon say or how na mo nem mu se nipa no. Se wo pese odidi na wo ho toa. Enye oda. eyobre
nya kasa tenten entoponko
nemum eyobre
sika sum pedede
sika de pedede o ya se no aboso ai sika de no kra pedede
eju de ko swete kwanu tum
na yedin
ko ye juma
bebre ne ye o kristo ni boase eye wadi nyina but training says someone
fifiri.
So with your sweat you are able to change your fortunes. That is the principle of first mention.
Nani papa obi beka say enye Yesu Kristo ya na beka say Paul na ka say Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law. Eno na enye curse.
Okay. So Ejuma nkasa was Ejuma in itself is not a curse.
And the enye curse.
Hard labor you can call it a curse.
Okay.
Labor is part of the process. Go back to the principle of first mention again. When God had placed Adam and Eve in the garden, he told them, dress it and keep it.
And then said, "You no crab by and son for neighbor."
So dressing the garden was there. Just that they had more favor to their labor.
Okay. Bonini
mind, they were favored. So they will labor less and have more.
But
outputs. But na ejuma o. Obeka se curse ne buy no. Then there is more work or more labor and less results. The redemptive process of the Christ was not to stop any man
from working. Obiya be ejuma. Paul Krasan was so a tent.
Na say Akosua mi ameti hey. Watwe mi abeti. Me show me students grading system. Yeah, mark eyes. Me ye adwuma.
We adwuma.
Me ye adwuma bebre so o.
Papa ye adwuma.
Just say sofudie nkwa na media say ka me
ya to.
Me unma dia me ka che sofu bi. Me ka che say COVID time na uhunu say sofu also ye bibi.
So
COVID time. Me say COVID time. Me catch us soft one say me bisa me share soft and me bisa say now on sorry my saying I see if doc I have about 2,000 people. Okay, that's fine. I have 5,000 people. I have 1,000 people. I have 500 people. Okay, that's exciting. Of the 5,000, of the 2,000, of the 500, of the 200 people, how many of them called you to ask you said Daniel yourselves we okay now COVID
and what did you
I'm so be am free
no mo kra kwam de wo
asman ka me be kan on odwen ne mani kuri ne ma wo say won repeat. So the redemptive process and the redemptive work of the cross did not extricate any human being from anything called labor.
All right.
Labor is important. Also nipa ye
adwuma.
Chirani sen sai nye adwuma no.
Ni kwanse didie.
Of course, they say go for serenti no. But serekura so ye adwuma.
Enu so ye adwuma o.
The mental work. Enu hu feri ani anim guase. Otimi feri otrim. Go bisa kura obi okura on fama. Now na mo ti akono wa feri otim adwuma na apai. Anya adwuma. Obi timi hihye adwuma so de adwuma ekodi obi na adwuma na afidie yi ono a. But so the principle of first mention will simply mean that even before the fall, they were asked to dress and keep the garden. After the fall, Nyankopɔn ka kyerɛ say afedie eye more labor, that is intense labor. Afe mbe sam fifiri. Enti first no mo ye adwuma ba na fifiri nim.
Ba we dey fifiri abam.
Fifiri abam. Enti they say na ye nyina so ye in the fall of man.
Okay.
We are not in the restored form. We are still in the
that's so for him.
You're for him. Because enyo bi akra na wafa Kristo anyway.
Now for Kristo our free phone papa.
There be free phone.
Good as shim.
Say no chese what started the salvation process.
Okay.
Enti afi wa accept no say Awurade be me kra agye nkwa. So you are working out your salvation with fear and trembling.
Yeah.
You were a whole a year be a Dutch. We don't say Abrabo, more sem no. You be the points of convergence.
Okay.
Any the points of divergence between the body, soul, and spirit, and how you work on these three elements of your existence.
Okay.
That should be say
Papa betwa ba ne abeka ho ase.
I am of say ye beba baka.
Oh, ebe fe.
Any motive for the say
beba dia. Ebe dedudu.
Ye beba. Ni aba be chirichiri. Now because of that, you are supposed to work before you are able to live through difficult times. And principle number 1, a hard work.
Adwumaden.
Eno na sha se o Genesis. That nya meka kire o. Enti nya wadwen se won tim fifiri so bedidi.
Omo kro mo ye internet fraud no kra bro omo bre. Uko no mo hyede mo a.
Just what
wo mu nyare mpo
so omo space. Screen na say o mani.
Omo hyede bu sa.
Wo hye ho boss a ne nsanyina.
Onyare
so okonkotobo. Nsanyina akoko. Adwuma na de.
Adwuma na de.
Maybe no me dane omo voice to ma maybe just say nsem bibre. It a big problem. Big problem. And you know what? The principle of first mention, hard work is the pathway to financial freedom.
Eti papa nye ayi sowing seeds. Enye prayer and fasting. Enye me ba papa wa beche papa ska. Enye me ko prapra sorry them. Enye me na ma sorry them ho but me nya me adwuma. Pepa curtains no ma hihye nkonya no. Eba morning ora ayem na ma ye bibia kuta microphone. Tonyum
ka o tonyum.
Yes.
Okay, I am so see ma shase. O voice di ani.
Papa nye no a hard work mum.
Eska form we as a pa me hu so be praise and worship.
Praise and worship.
Dangote Africa in on Oscar.
Fasting and praise.
Can't you so call night.
Adwumaden.
You see, what I mean is that spiritual, that's why I said, say, also you have the point of convergence and divergence. Omunyina obia what your year are spiritually gratifying. Because Dangote or ye Muslimini, a drew Ramadan or Chirekom. Or ye ne juma about Chirekom. What I mean is that Saturday na wo boss ni nyina e nsuo na wo to. But sa won fa bibia nhyɛ asase ni ma nsuo na eto no edi nwura ene nkase ene nsone ene eba. Enti so wahwa a lot of the people omo very broke omo sere sade won sorry bibia omo prayer warriors.
Aye. Prayer warriors.
Aye.
Na ne
a lot of the people, because they are not mental warriors. They are not.
Prayer warriors.
Forgive me, but enti okon sorry bibria.
Oh, Papa, yeah, who's Papa? You perceive liberty.
Me tia say senti na ofre me.
I perceive you liberate na church because say a sorry mano principles here we dey adwuma na ye di ya. And na ye betimi expand the kingdom no. And this ye be na musa na afia say ye frustrated. I say frustrated Christians.
Enti nkofo bebre oma bompaye sa hwensi ensuo ne de eto
na fahin na aba
ensuo ne eto pa na abon open the floodgates in to
in abundance.
Open floodgates no ensuo ne ba so hwini asase ni. That's the main problem. Entina me ka se nti ukonsori ni bebre a o de ya afo ani to nimse obi tie ye ya afo ani to omo a ukonsori omo sresre ni ma bebre omo yankofo omo appear to be spiritual people.
Ampa
they know the ways of the spirit but they don't understand the ways of life. Omo ti sunsumu ni ma se omo ntia ti na so ti Abrabopa no
na boawo This abeka se nyame na enhira nyame se na maya odai.
Wa hwie nsuo ni ba wa sase ni chese hwi ni fo. Na efifi nwura nti da bia wo de nwura ne nsone ne nkase na unna musa na da bia na nyame adim nyame susu ni nyamo.
Me sure say prophet bra wo ka say, oh my people perish
for lack of.
Em say no I say no he anymore.
Se
ne ho
me krati. Emanipa. Say ti bebrebe ya ma ye nyina chi munhu na mo mfa ntua na mo
mama wi yasefo age aboso
aba
eno mu di
because life has principles.
Yeah,
life has principles. Seed time and harvest will not pass. It's a principle of life.
Because papa de wo kan fa hard working. Imagine Christo ni na hard work na nyame bata ho.
It's a win-win situation.
Win-win, pal. Because crowd advantage.
But most Christians are lazy because they want God to do for them what they can do for themselves. Most Christians have, in fact, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I love being a Christian. I preach the Christ. I preach the totality of the gospel, his birth, his life, his death, his resurrection, and his second coming. These 5 pillars. I preach it with every energy and ounce of strength. But it saddens my heart to say that most Christians are lazy. So we would rather want to spend 10 hours praying and no planning.
Papa,
but destiny is not about praying only. Destiny has 3 main elements. You pray, you plan, you prepare. The 3 P's of destiny. You pray.
You pray.
You plan.
You plan.
You prepare.
You prepare.
Now, what could see Diane so prepare? Oh, Mompai, my dining is here. Radeboa, my name is Diane, I am Piebo. No planning, say, Mineska, Messi be planning. Afe, Mineska, Kakam, I mean, prepare, mean to talk to Tonyoma. That's how you build. Life is like that. It's not just the praying. And a lot of the people, they spend all their lives. Bompai, na Wajawa Juma, what to shop? I got a prayer camp for 21 days now. Over now, young customers. Obi a on sorry because they have to get, and they will establish a proper customer relations with them, and they will not come back to you because in Yamia Nipano or you see a drone your customers. A drone J customer.
Papa me ko see you obi office na me ko sponsorship for me event bi na me to or 2 bolos Akosua. Asori ma for adwuma. Omo ma.
Oh yes.
Excuses. And Mitia me ya and me yare or banswa on an amhoso say a Christian.
I mean, I keep telling people that if I mean, of course I have businesses, but if I'm running a business and I have a worker and the work starts at 8 and you want to pray, I don't mind, but pray at 6, pray at 7. Yeah. When you start at 8, you are working. That's why I'm paying you.
Yeah.
You don't tell me, say you must start at 8, but 8 to 9. Did I employ a prayer warrior? If a prayer warrior I employ Nankanya on the foul.
And a papa crass, what can't you say, yeah, Juma yet to say, yeah, Manu. Imagine.
Why can't you? What, our work ethic is so poor.
Papa, hard work ethic.
Oh boy.
And
we are supposed to lead the way. Maninyo obi kra fese me pese me e Christopher kra na ye adwuma. Se se obi sam kofo mo pese
mo Christopher se share what the Christopher be kata the Bible kakraka.
I ko ne be wi a.
Was in the Bible kakraka. Esu wo wi a. Efa Bible.
Oh yes. And so we have to get back to those principles.
Yeah.
And let people understand. So without hard work, prayer is useless. Yeah, Juma. Enti, oka say, Yesu obompa egu 5 loaves, any 2 fishes in the sono. Say, Suafo na nyanche chanka, a fish na anante koi. Any yeah, Juma. So after the prayer, there was work. Enti, my problem is say biblical principles na nyame de tu enipa sitina ne yabrabo mu no. He didn't tell them say na mokwa empaibo na be mu didi. Okay, say from your sweat.
From your sweat.
Enti empaibo mani penidi. Empaibo kura mani pa hram.
Umumyena umfinyina yo ya.
Nemum no. Ewo jumatin. Empaibo no oni role a play.
E wona sadia
insu ana manio. Na ebe gugu de waye nso ewrade sira me nsa no adwuma so. Enti sensa no adwuma bia ni ho a ensira ne ba ebe to de.
So say I will bless the works of your hands.
It's the works of your hands, not the works of your mouth.
And wherever the soles of your feet will tread, I will give it to you. When I see him,
Ona ni baby a dampem.
Our bedroom.
A dampem. I'll bless the works of your hands, not the words of your mouth. Not the words of. Enti yemfa kasatintin etoponko. Enti say a idea say you want to achieve that level of financial independence and freedom and great splendor in life. Hard work. That is the first principle. I don't want people to miss that principle. A principle of the Bible.
Yeah.
I hear. I mean, of course, there is a place for to say, okay, sow seeds, my offering, give your tithe. I'm not against anybody doing any of that. But you can sow seeds and be impoverished if you don't work hard.
If you don't,
so I don't want to measure on the latter mentions. I want to measure on the principle of the first mention.
Because I know the foundation, baby, a shall see.
Oh yeah, Jumadea. And on the Bible say, "Oh, chia utu so dudua." And you did for no me did you.
Oh, me did you.
But did it for no Jumamu no bow.
Sir,
now near Jumanti, and yes, I the oldest stopping is 1 day. You go near Jumay.
And a papa dear Yanni said, because it's say hard work, you know, you're watching in intino. Na ama ase, a man and crofo and underestimated prayers. Because you say, and no more bomb, but there is power.
There is power in prayer.
But then I'm saying, you're too in a chintina, ma when I said,
exactly.
As a waste time.
And an American, enti, in sooner air tone maniono, yet the manio gu assassin, so yet in sooner gu assassin, so ye near into your way. But if we are to sow the right seeds, work hard, get those things done, the manure, the rains, ebe guso.
You could be flourishing more. As your mama can
ye. I want now be the Isaac here.
Isaac
sowed.
Genesis 26.
And in that same year, Isaac planted. And in that same year, Isaac did not pray. Isaac planted. Isaac died. Isaac ye juma. But one now ni mo nyame no hye won den na wayade. Enti wadua e woni nyame mu. No ne ni nyame e kasai won paibo mu. Na nyame ehwe na dwuma so. Nyame to nhire nso gu na dwuma so. Enti abra nkofo won twetwede na omunim de omo ye no. Isaac de o repeat 100-fold. Why? Because the most powerful combination in life is hard work and prayer.
Kai. And it is woja.
Chese obi ka se jetuato.
Ice woja.
So that's the principle of
first mention.
Hard work.
Hard work.
Don't underestimate it.
Powerful.
Jesus gave a parable in the Bible. Mamre said, "Mekanya chewa." Mame hwehwe ewo training. Na I think this will be your Bible. Obetimi be to the book of Matthew's Gospel, chapter number 25. Verse 14 to 30. The parable of the talents. Oma obiye bi. We are so bien you are only bibi obetimi dia esi anadi.
Bibi will be
Papa
Matthew
25. Verse 14 to 30.
For the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country. NKJV.
Okay, so can 14 to 13 in your put it in contest.
From 14, Nebano. Okay. For the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country, who called his own servants and delivered his goods to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability. And immediately he went on a journey. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5 talents. And likewise, he who had received 2 gained 2 more also. But he who had received 1 went and dug in the ground and hid his lost money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came and settled accounts with them. So he who had received 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Lord, you delivered to me 5 talents. Look, I have gained 5 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord. He who had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, you delivered to me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. Then who had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the ground. Look, there you have what is yours. But his Lord answered and said to him, you wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I have not scattered seed. So you ought to have deposited my money with the bankers, and at my coming I would have received back my own interest. Therefore take the talent from him and give it to him who has 10 talents. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the unprofitable servant into the utter darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
That was it. Oh, no, I didn't know kind of summarizing your maybe. One of them is what we call the language of wealth. Omo wonu ne nyamo.
Ampo. The all 5 no sign.
That's yanka say fan ko ka de onya afọ no.
Debi.
That's how life is.
Abrabopa no.
Yanko for ka say eskafo be ko so enyeska.
Na hiafo.
Hiafo so akoso ehia. Akwa no wan no onya ye. Je say ono kwa de ono ne da form. So no cry so till the master kind. See you wicked and lazy servant. Even the master knows that you need not to be lazy if you want to thrive. So another principle I want to share in the New Testament is the fact that you have to make good use of every opportunity that you get.
Wow.
And everything that you have. 2 things I've said. Every opportunity that you get and everything that you have.
Every opportunity you get and everything
you have. Akwenya bia obenya bia. Make it count. Enadi wo bia. Fire adwuma manfa so mraso. And fat talent BNC. Now there is another thing. The fair principle. Anytime there is a full cycle, there should be multiplication. The baby ujina afiwe. Also, odi show trim say by next year also do home prenu. Because the all 5 in your 10 or double 100%. The all 2 at double 100%. The all 1 wanyehwe okipi the value of it.
Did you want to cry Sanji?
But no Lucy value of what was given. Because the master ne catch and say, Unim said the MTA. I know one family sick an anchor bank.
No, no, change your mempo and answer say, I know you.
No.
You reap where you did not.
And you gather where you did not scatter. Eti obezo chense ono kasema say. Many da hop papa. Ma dwen ho asie minim sese ya na ote. Enti mi go sie wa de eni. O se akwa na opeso ya na so de ko to baby. Na minya ho nsi ho. If it's sika 1 city last year, ade anetimi tono.
Entimi to.
Say entimi to bi.
Inflation inti.
So those are some of the issues that I want to bring to bed. Say one year hard working. Now one snappy out of laziness. We're giving nails, we seed sowing nail offerings. You are wasting resources.
Or say you unprofitable.
When you're profitable.
Unswaba.
Ebi.
Unimfaso.
Abba.
Is a nyame investor on.
Proper investor. Or tenure massive majai. Or no new years into a tenure years. And then I'm like, near baby didn't come on and maybe sunset. Or say, Mamma, no, Mamma, na ban emwa and man. I'm saying, be a no crap. Ebia, minim man and kasai. The minimum and a minimum expectation of a moi. Then our friend and moi. And one, I'm a coca said, you'll buy them to me and my to me.
Yeah, chance.
No, how many? And I'm saying, but a man be brave, no more co-relationship. What do you bring to the table?
Dear no deba.
Really? He say, and he has to give me time. He has to give me money. He has to give me this. And what are you giving? The reason why a lot of the men don't respect the women these days is that all that you bring to the table is sex. That's
yeah, you free more. Ken kwa.
Oh,
sex and so they say cheapest commodity be a cycle.
Yes, sir. And you might tell I am saying, if
you're not but the any
really. So no, life goes beyond that. So don't get yourself to, whether you are a man or you are a woman, there is the place for hard work. There is a place for proper management of resources. There is a place for the right investment. There is a place and the understanding and conceptualization of multiplication of whatever you have. Don't just sit without thinking, I want to multiply. Because that is the original word and mandate given to man in Genesis 1:27 and 28, that you are supposed to be fruitful and multiply. The word be fruitful, principle of first mention, nyamia small kachi nipa before the fall was be fruitful. The word be fruitful there, enya wo, and be productive.
Kwame Nkrumah be say, na nyame se yango, and was ade okase unko na wo. Awagye aboso. Awagye
aboso, a opese unko a wo ma be 1 million.
But we see ensuaba.
Swaba, be productive.
Be
productive. It is all your OKFM. Be productive. Let you not being in OKFM be a big blow. See ya bibi or do pombia to two. Say ufriwa. I can guarantee you. I will say ufriwa or do point to two. Minya kwa misifa kain ufri Peace FM.
Or do point to two.
Or do point to two. Why? Nana yao odu point say munyina
osuaba
nana ya brefo say obi a menim na mabusuafo a wa ha nyina. What I mean is that you shouldn't be in a place that unye productive onsuaba also uni I can say nipa we ni enti ni ebri wadwuma kra wa ma na omo de nyame ase.
As a way a burden.
There's a way a burden to the company. They are looking for say a contract crowd best spina or more renew maubi.
And maybe not me Dr. Masmoro Prof who can the same thing or can say Edru hard times adwuma no because me kai se covid abreso 2020 nipa bi kofi ye bi edi o kan say edru hard times any ehu wo mo ye profitable.
Oh yes.
Any one more
profitable. So we can do without this.
Yeah,
we can do without this.
If the adwuma no betimi a aye without you aye bepam adenti ne pam bi ne ampam Oma ya mpamu omo ne chese omo hu mfaso
omo hia ma adwuma
no omo hu hia omo hu mfa
o se na okọ na obi bisa se funumu no de ne ekọ hia
hu hia ma awurade
se ka se ne hu hia ma awurade wa nkasa adwuma wo mu hia ma adwuma no. You want to prosper, ma sorry ya mamu teams akese bebre year of the end wa prosper na de wa hwe ya me ka me kire afeni beso na da so te ba bia ona
ana papa de wo ka fa profitability wo so aba wo multiple wo ka hard work ya wo de aba be wura mi unim say impo marriage mu one shot wo be useless whether oba na sebem say ho ba say nipa no say wo edin si ebegya.
Oh yes.
Enye man nyina na egya wo.
Na wo gya na edan. Asembe na. So be so gya oba. Na wo say oba bua. Je so onu kwa onu oba no kwa echeche no so pese ogya wa. Na wo ye ko unwa ato a. Je so hu abeg no kwa ye say hu gya ho na hu o. Uti kwa ada form no so ni na mesra wo. Obi okaso okwa kan say na so okota
ogoi
obi okaso okoko tim kwa abo anu mane pack wa kwa pakere no ma na obekọ adwaya aba na
nesi
o mesi abonte o say o no ma kwa mabo anu nti no ma fe u ba kura so ama
so
omra no me fa wonko obi also aye ni sa enyi how valuable are you?
Kristo ni awutie ebusa wo.
Kofo bebre afan kofo adwuma mu omo ankasa kro omo se afem. Because onim se on ne sha sorry dem mo bon pint me ye adwuma dia me mfa ne mbrem. Ode ni be mu chese.
Ani basa.
Wa ye na adwuma basa. How valuable are you? The same thing I'm asking. So, if you are talking about principles,
go baba principles I would my a deep.
I say na enkofo we nim say be tight. Any offerings, any seed sown.
Omunim say na beka.
E money. Without these things, it can be out could be out to skagu. Because you need the central bank of heaven a HRCD. And to see the nipa nature. I'm seeing Yamin a chiche. But nipa nature. And nipa no mucha wahano. You will Nioma ye wahanti and nipa nature.
Yeah.
Yami on chiches can go for account mu. On yes, sir. Ni mumu ye juma. Now a bompaye. You will be a quiet, be a quiet. Now work a contract be a big boom, no be a big order. Now when you so we event and when your big event be to organize. Now go for be rental neoma, maybe be rental unkonya, maybe be and no any friends say on pie boni ye juma. So ye pe bibia say debi ade we de ye ntimi mfa contract asa advert dey Akosua pe ne person. Why you juma on your voice? Why you juma on your presentation? Why you juma on your eloquence, your fluency, your fluidity? You've worked on them. And I'm so I am juma no. And now you're in the right place, prepared well, adequately, and properly. Saying Shrano, you bet me a channel to you. Without that is an exercise in futility.
Papa, sa preparation ya who can dear. Yeah, Christopher, no dear, nyanya. One talent no na yakaho
problem back on
yeah add value na ama yeah I say we no
because the problem is that we behave as if we don't know that we serve a big God.
Yeah.
So we stay small. Minyini bebre, minyandi 50. Me 40s, 50 de minyandi. But the short time I've lived in this world, my but to a point in my life that I have realized. Said you want am ne sa no da.
Said you want am no.
Sa no da.
Sa no da.
Said you say okete no. Okete style and a chair with sleeping style. The space is already provided. Don't think small if you are with a big God.
You have to think big.
And thinking big means doing big things.
Mm.
And it is the okay, no. Don't stay in your ABC. Move to your SYZ. Because you have more capacity, more potential, more opening than what you think you have. Or say, open your mouth wide and I'll fill it.
And I'll fill it.
And the filling is not God's problem, it's your opening. One on what be saying. One who saw one kit to me buy will be a ADD. Shed Yania would dear. A chess or capacity.
Or capacity bar. Or capacity
or capacity, sir. Tis a Ika. I call capacity. So did the capacity was true. By oncophobia or a diano, a be a word dear body and barcope. And now by ya barco, a chap, a snee barco, dear me. Madame for be a mini cool school, secondary school. Now, a friend in deep freezer.
Deep freezer.
Deep freezer. Na aduane no esi eja so an odi. Mon na mon no aduane a. Ye betu esi from no odi half. Because aduane e hye ko nenu menhye no.
Ene techere maso.
Everyday. Esi soro no
no yi
awamo awamo na mo no na so o ka. Ne nsa just obedi. Yes, so you will take a from Quartiers as I should now say who obedi ajam or capacity. Enti enya aduane no ho ba unni akade a udi ne hyehye. Wano so senswa enti untimi nte kese ana o kontomo ano. Eyen kitinkiti. Ti ombekwa ajam. What I mean is that it is not so much about what God is able to do. He has everything to what you can take.
Wo no
your capacity.
Or capacity.
What you can take will determine what God can give you.
I say, I can't mean prophet, meaning say Elijah or call ba widow bia. Now I say a kakakran one in the bed, dear wua.
Elisha.
Okay, Elisha, or some coffee fat. One say, oh, she no. It drew last gallon.
That's right.
And then which means I be brave or ha.
And cabet was.
And cabet was so funny.
Your capacity.
But my capacity in the bit in the fire.
Your capacity. God's supply is always connected to your capacity.
Would you bet me aji?
God is not wasteful.
Say dear.
There be. And could feed you among countries or among gather crumbs.
And you're 12 but a basket
full. And con country guys as we dear about me no. Mong gather the crumbs, that nothing may be lost.
On your God of waste.
Obi o wasteful be oni miame. Opeso who be maturity level. Check how they handle resources and see if they are wasteful. They don't know God. Because God doesn't waste resources.
Entina say opeso do ye bibi na we wasteful. Obey your ho adwuma akopim say obey discipline.
Onye ya onye. Because mama say on find precious pearls and my swine. God is not wasteful.
Papa ne nyansa po a wode maye etiefo enche memma bam na mabusa question this am dey imagine nyina emudo nyansa po a ye tie na titru a Christopher and young people nititru young people na mwasiso no emaburu na mwasiso na ase mo pe bibia quick papa ma ye hu se enye quick e hard work esa wo yiri hu ye adwuma ɛsɛ wo expand wo capacity.
That's right.
ɛsɛ wo yɛ good investor. ɛsɛ wo yɛ a man or a woman of integrity. Nyɛ sɛ yɛde wokɔto adwuma no na awiewie sika. ɛna nyɛ sɛ o title no fe ne nyinaa yɛ si so we ne nyinaa na mmom ɛhefa na ɛfa de aba. Wo customer service yɛ deɛ wagye adwuma no hɔ bɔ mpaeɛ. Wiase ni wagye wɔ mu nyinaa. Ne nyinaa yɛ principles a ofa. Na wo keka si ani na wo de bɔbra ebetimi aboa wo. Eti ebesre. Yentie na yemfa nya adwuma. Na ebeboa ye. Yenua Jennifer Boachiwa was say don't think small. If you are with the big God. Was say na papa kan ya aka ne timpa. William Sechampon was say God bless you papa. Onyame nhyira wo papa. Ɛna yenua baako ɔsi Akosua Aboagye me hwɛ pa. Cynthia Mankwase hard work is the pathway to financial freedom. Dr. Bodi Nyameche. Ɛna Cynthia Sadeba say inside leads to forecast. Ɔso ɔno nso ɛno ɛna aka ne tirim. Yenua Asante Isaac so share live from South Africa. Ɛna say man of God, we are too deep because principles na wo kano. Emudo papa. Akosua enso ediaba sight without insight a problem. Yenua dada tewia or say I like the show. Wonya adesua ewom. Asante Damiel or say God should restore your strength. Medase. Ena Yesu to ɔno nso so ɛhwɛ wɔ ha yenua Nicholas Eidu ɔsɛ good evening Auntie Akosua may show my life from a kumfi na nyame nhyira mo ɛna Jonas Nana Kwasi Awuku ɔsɛ Auntie Akosua can daddy repeat the 5 principles of science? 5 principles of science your boss yi a oyi free Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 once I must nkyerɛ mo ho prof ɔmo say dem afro prof awie 5 principles.
I can't be kakra. Enche bia nyame adom.
Ba won sa brochire omo doctorate omo nya fra omo prof.
No, normally no say so let's say it's a doctorate is what you do. Professorship is more of the work you put in the classroom and in the university. And university mom confer professorship
on you.
It's conferred on.
And the wonya nso
based there be obi anya.
Ontro.
More of okay, but
as a work
publications.
Okay.
So you have to publish more, and of course you show commercialization, you show social contribution, you share nyoma bebre awaye.
Na fe omo de akomfe ya
but doctorate there at least we go defense, we go defend it. Viva, we go defend the work near there, but me das me gym commission too. Be a professorship ne beba. Na nkomsheni Akosua ya aka che se nkomsheni na share no nkomsheni abemo Yesu di
Abomo say say my 5 principles of science now I'm so person can repeat ma
I spoke about time, force, motion, space and matter, and so those are the 5 principles.
Obisimi Musa will say can a hard working Christian prosper without fighting?
Okay, so can a mango bear fruit without manure? It can.
It can. Oh, okay.
Because manure is more of the say artificial or other external
as a fertilizer.
The nutrients they have to be in the soil for the mango to grow. So your hard work near that's the nutrients. But with the manure you yield more. Say manure and fertilizer and a bar obey yielding more than natural nutrients now what assassin no. Into obey to me but enko or ye be anka or yes our principles and so can one obey more. And I will not, because the moment we go on that route, we are saying that all the people who are prospering are tithing, which is not the case. There are people who are prospering and they are not tithers. But if you are working hard and you are a tither, and you believe in those principles, it is how the fertilizer
Egusu.
and a green na aso bebre the first na nka dua na nka beso 10 otimi so be 100 because one man push, one man boost. And I would say we seeds ni o tight so dear no, they serve as boosters to what you have put in the soil.
And I want to papa nyame a covenant keeper or a covenant God. Only a covenant.
Of course.
And it's a wood to your tight na in your mind you nim say nipa na wood to your man.
Of course.
Nyame na I say woni nyame wa pam.
And no, of course that's true because in the book of Malachi you are talking and I can go back to the principle of first mention. Tithe itself is a symbol of gratitude.
Yeah.
And of course Malachi catch us who did it for near the but go back to the principle of first mention.
Abraham.
You tear tithe first, Abraham.
Na law no cry my.
There was no law. Okoya odin kunim no. And the tithes are paid as a symbol of gratitude.
Gratitude.
Erade me dasi say me koye uma me din kunim. Enti me kunim die aforiye eni. Wahwe me so. Buso me aso. Wahwe me so. Afia so. Ode me ko sa. Ode ma ba fie. Ma seda aforiye eni. Die minya ye bia ma chemu du ama obako. And no any the principle of first mention. It was before the law. It was not in any form or way of saying say me ye no be ntimi am bedidi madwumam debi. Going back to the principle of first mention, tithe was paid as an act of gratitude unto God. And so say obi nim nyame a obo ni chidom. Man ne cause sadi nim. No abefie no kase ono ne ebo machi dompem. Ede me call enti we eye maseda afore a me de ma no. And only tithing. All the other things I call it me, but I go back to the principle of principles. No. And I am very hard on principle of principles. Because that gives you the understanding of why it was done. So
and now papa dear ba cry me then say as a Christian I say tithing Emma will acknowledge anything for me.
That is why I'm saying say gratitude.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah. So an act of gratitude simply means say unim say enya wa ho den na odi.
To acknowledge nimpo keke no. Cry efe.
So it's a beautiful thing. What I would say is that say obi ma wa de na hunu ho aseda e se ni nkran ma ne di bebre ma. So that's why to put it in a very simplistic form, me say a booster.
A booster.
The way beyond all follows our principles and so a boost you. One, a boost you confidence. My only say only yamenam. Two, a boost you faith, knowing that yamino ye be that no besa. So me the first line is so a big booster.
Yeah.
For what you are and where you are supposed to be.
Ade ba ko me there oka say say Joshua chapter 1 verse I think 8 or 9. See this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, that shall meditate on it. I believe say ade bia a more opportunity to connect with your maker. Sadie it's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
Ade bia be ma obeba wadwenim.
It's a big blessing.
Oba wadwenim kra so wo dwene ne ho keke no kra no or see he will keep you in perfect peace if your mind is stayed on him. And no cry, it drives away anxiety, depression, and all that. Because I my hope will be.
That's right.
Intimidate anything. I be my junior corner son dear. No matter so long as it will I my mind to stay on him. It brings hope. It boosts confidence. Entino me yana ebi mu ji ne ma bi ho akini yana I don't know say nyame no nim no because se wonnim na ene bi say no wonni ho akini ye
Debbie.
Metwetwe ho manso because wonim say enye nipa nti na wo ye. Say normally no ye de adwene kosi nipa so bebre na sofo ne ade but se wadwene konya me so a niam bi wo ho a wo say wo benya akoma papa bi and you will even see it as a privilege. Oh, wo behu no kra say as a privilege kra say wo kra wo ne hwan say onyame a cattle on 1,000 hills ye ne dia now no be mouth the opportunity to connect with him at that level. It me giri say yen go deeper or ye go deeper sa ne ma no echini ye DNA sa de ne be free ho na me ye mintua metua ne ade no eno ya na I say why honam dodo. Comments pillar 2 and say a good topic Matilda Dako or say papa your teaching unadulterated na onyame enhraw papa ewa disua wodi amomo mami fa course kakra bi na menya papa nkwaje na home papa ye twene pa na ye 21 day fasting and prayers e be wie this week enti fasting enti misramo 0302 24 35 29 0302 24 35 29 and 0302 24 35 47 0302 24 35 47 and 0302 24 35 29 na wafre na ya shese betimi afa wo question bi apese wo bisa anaze bibi wo ha wo ntia se a wo pese ye bia ni ema wo na wo ye lines ni adwuma kaka and also betimi dia fa Facebook live na makenkan e de amount eye nua Jonas nana kwasi awuku o say God bless you so much o say anti Akosua onyame enhira obebre na message oni papa adesua mode amaye ne principles ne ye de be adwuma yemfa ye adwuma eni agro na ye be ma ye ne akuye adwuma ho ye be expand na yakoye nim na ma ye de yedie ene nkanko abrese de ye pe ne da na ma yetimi de anamo asisi sa na ye pe the do one no se utia wo de be ye adwuma no eno ne hia ye obi wa obetie no abebo abaso but at the end of the day no na omfa nya adwuma but se utie na wo de ye adwuma de a na aye nshira amount yenua Jeff John or said this program is really educating us. Thank you for what you are doing. And I was say good evening Madam Mosi yenua appear Desmond and was see educative program aye day amom and some of my lines no say enye adwuma papa bi amaminti momfa enchemema papa mfa na sama etwato emra na fei miemfa Abrabopa edwumadie no emra ewie papa we de enne wa ma ye principles a emudu aye de be ye adwuma na wasime etwato a we de ma wo mo mutie wo mo ye Christopher wo mo nye Christopher na ne teacher me de Christopher na ya no mo ho hia me pa efi se ye na wo se wa ye asofo etienne ye baako ye na ye kire wiase kwan no ye na ye the light of the world ye ni ye a ene be ma ebe twedom or say obetwedom when we lift his name up then he will draw all men to himself enti edi asem na odi twato amaye
so radio unyankopon na usu nyame a onye nipa bone
ngotro bishop anu yewia
debi so radio unyankopon
trotro no feskani ni
debi onye sa onni nipa kra nkomba sabasa so radio unyankopon edi ne mransem so na do yonko se ho na fa prepare yo any attention ne tina wiase enwe boni mo obi mo ani mre obi ade abraboye de wa bo obi mo obi tibo Abrabopa yiro ho we say ewo mini ewo ye nye baako
nyepe
na at the end of the day no they will judge you based on what you did as a person. Maybe I'm writing a book on how okay, my main can say my main family book in your man to answer. My main can the way.
Oh papa catch
sir I was only say it may be a chemlanko for in him baby a piece FM way. Be 100 years ago.
Baby.
No money baby away.
Okay na ye ni ha mum.
You want the name ni ha. But no ko phone baby o. na you be a fool.
Be a fool.
That time no. Ana haye will be a fool no. Kofo konsasi. Ebi kro obi ni nua nkasa bie because of
asasi we.
Say nyesa asase na kodi obi nsem kro akeke obi akro ankai wo.
E were fi wo mu.
Obi akro 100 and the same thing I'm telling you now you can 100 years to come 150 years to come if people even hear of you it will be of you maybe a oye ya o mo kire to ho.
And na umbe kinkai. This is deep.
Obi ankai o. Na am sade ni nti metu ye nuanom nyina afo. Senyi Abrabopa so ntaa oni ase.
Ade obeko.
Sa.
Eno nkyere se memobra.
Bobra. But Bobra say unim baby a wo konso. Na unim se breso ye ninka so.
Ye ninka so.
Ne hunu se de uye bia enkofobi I mean leave the world in a better condition than you found it. That's all that.
And then say obeto ye no de uja ho akono.
Leave it better than you found it. Leave your family better than you found the family. Don't be a burden to your family. Leave your family better than you found it. Leave the job, your workplace better than you found it. Leave Ghana better than you found it. If you're a politician, leave your constituency better than you found it. If you're a businessman, leave the business better than you found it. If you're a banker, leave the bank better than you. Whatever it is, leave the place where baby I want. Leave it better than you found it. Let people know you.
Yehoye.
And you made a positive contribution.
Nsu udi nsu sanso papa ne ma wo mo.
Yes, ma'am.
Enye ye bodi ani yesu.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ye bodi ani ye tete.
Bija wetie for no me da se.
Ye beda.
Me da oni wetie for nyina ase se ene ye mo fe. Se
Ebe sa chiwa badachi.
Ene obi ya nso so. Onde me ba aduane no odi gu so. Aduane nko a I so me ba ya na.
I ordinary and course no be so be unsu wodi no de course ko.
Ayemonwuno.
Akwadi no osoro ho.
Enti medamase I mean the producers Akosua wa ankasa I mean o kwa de mbusu ani nti ya na
beba morning say morning or beba so
Saturday morning and command your morning 6 to 8
na 6 to 8 there.
Ya na mpese obi koye na djuma na baby obi apese okono ti
what was 6 to 8 na Mr. Aboagye 9 dabe so me dem aba morning era ba cho me ko
last week ono aba
me na ko morning era no
ono ani na Mr. Aboagye on say like
de jana wa ma sorry no
Mr. Aboagye
wa ma sorry ono ba sorry it papa 6 to 8 oh the first na is 7
na is 6 to 9
actually na is 6 to 9 aba na what time no so we pemo say nyame onkunkun sane sana say prophetic word ne be pemo ba ya na mo twa so me say mo ha me ho onkunkun me onkunkun person ye adwuma na mo chichire ni say mo chichire ne nsa o erade
we work on it we work on it
me onkunkun na ire oncha muncha da bi me onkunkun de he came to stay time ni sa
we work on the time. And I command your mornings here every morning. Every morning. 6 a.m. to 5 a.m. to 6 a.m.
5 a.m. to 6 a.m. So command your morning here and I'm joining. And was share link and what see. Bompayo. More dear. And I'm a bompire.
A booster.
Would you fed the
fertilizer?
One name booster.
Come what brain you may be a
vaccine grab by some of the booster become
booster count. You boosting cough.
Nanyam paibo. Papa that's. Abrabopa dwumedie no ahane adi besie. Reverend Dr. Michael Bodinya meche ne ne twetwe nkomo wa Abrabopa dwumedie migiri se ne wasua de. Biblical financial principles ene ede mamo. Na na nam kwaso obehye nkomo na monya. Guys, obey sunsun wadwuma wa ha. Se wo pe sunsun wadwuma ko makers house. Se wo pe sunsun wadwuma de ko makers house pa ko makers house. de yebema enyina so a yede bebo bra yebema biblical financial principles papa na de mpaebo na ka ho na asiw yie na wadi yie Jennifer Boachiwa was say leave the place better than you found it. I say thank you Papa Dr. Bodinya Meche no dia to ne trim. You know we are adwuma for adwuma ni agro. Invest wisely. Build your capacity. Work hard. Add value. Be valuable. When you are not yakaiwo. Leave the place better than you found it. Your friend Akosua go Aboagye beti your friend Akosua nche na de meneno matchene pa ba medamasin so se mutie ye. Nyame ya aduma na woche se na yesade Abrabopa dwumadi beba. Na me maame Aleskwashi we owner Midway Clinic. Enro na wonya 70 years we Dickness Aleskwashi. Tesano Baptist Church and a ma wo. Mommy, happy birthday and I'm the mount. The senior means shura not dum nimpom din and mount. There be a me too for say ya fam penny 4 down 4. Me mammy Dickness Alice Kwashi me kotana nasia nyansa power de mammy no. Making kind woman 10 years kura minya. Eti ya mpani for ma bobra ko mani mo mabra boy ofene ya ko mo nase ne kusua bibi free wo mo nchen ebe mo avoid a lot of mistakes enu hu no esobeti na wabra bo be flourish ebe from glory to glory. Me producers aya Isaac Owusu Ediome obi ya ono nso ka ho na bibi adi mu ye from Akosua go Aboagye beti ya from Akosua nhyira ya be adoma na wotwe se na ebesa de Abrabopa dwumadi no aba Abrabopa esefataw